Prepositions and phrasal verbs are a real nightmare for learners of English, but today I'm going to show you a tool that's going to revolutionize and transform the way you learn phrasal verbs, and it will enable you to remember all those prepositions that you're getting wrong all the time. Hi there, this is Magic, your non-native and non-AI English teacher, and today we're going to be talking about QUIZLET. QUIZLET is a fantastic application. It's a very, very simple application where you've got 100% of control over the learning process of vocabulary, prepositions, phrasal verbs. If you're preparing for Cambridge exams, you can also do transformations here. It's an absolutely amazing tool. So let me show you. As you can see, this is a very, very simple website. It's very simple interface, but all you need to do here is that you've got the sentence here at the top, and all you need to do is fill in this gap. This is a list that enables you to practice prepositions. Okay, I wrote this list, and all you need to do is think about the gap. So what's the correct answer here? Well, a lot of students might be having problems here, but the answer is 2, and we're going to click enter now. We're going to press enter, and QUIZLET is going to tell us that this was correct. And what about here? This is another tricky sentence. Lots of B2 students will find this preposition difficult. Pause the video, have a think, and then let's check the answer. So assuming you didn't know the correct answer, which is of here, and for example you put in on, okay, and you pressed answer, QUIZLET is going to tell you, yeah, you need to study this one, and the answer is of. Okay, you can then press any key to continue. Now, the interesting thing about QUIZLET, or the great thing about QUIZLET, is that it is tallying up, it's adding up all those answers that were correct in this green little stripe here, and all those answers that were incorrect. And once you have gone through all the questions here, and as you can see, we've got 178 questions left here. Once you have gone through all those questions, QUIZLET is going to start the next round with you, and it's going to start with those answers that were incorrect. This way, you're making sure that not only are you going to study all those questions, but you're also going to get all those prepositions, in this case, right, which means you're going to learn quite a lot of them. So how do we actually make a list like this? Well, it's quite simple, actually. You need to click the plus icon here, and you need to choose the option that says flashcard set. So as you can see, I've already got a flashcard set open here, and I have entitled it General Vocabulary B2, and the instruction that I gave it is practice vocabulary, but you can really put anything you like here. So let's stick to practice vocabulary, okay, and we're going to create this set for B2 students. How do you create a set in QUIZLET? Well, first of all, think about the word that you are learning. This word is going to be the term, your answer. So say, for example, that we're learning the verb, deny. It's a very good verb in English, and we're going to go to the Oxford Learner's Dictionary first, and in here, we're going to put deny. And once we have done it, you can see that this is a B2 verb, and you've got a definition here that we're going to copy. So I'm just copying this definition, and then we're going to jump back to QUIZLET, and we're going to put this definition here in the field where it says definition, okay, to say something that is not true. Obviously, this would be a little too little information for you to say that deny is the correct answer to this. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back again to the Oxford Learner's Dictionary, and what we're going to do is have a look at one of these sentences here in the dictionary, copy one of those sentences. I'm going to choose this confirm or deny sentence because this is a very good collocation. Yeah, these words confirm or deny go very tightly together in English. I'm going to copy it again, I'll jump back into Quizlet, and then I'll just put this in the same box and blank out this space where it said deny. So now what I have got is a full card that has the definition of the word that I'm testing myself on, and I've got the sentence here as well, which has a gap inside. And this is very, very useful in terms of practicing vocabulary, because not only are you filling in this sentence in context, but you also have the definition of the word that you were looking for in English. And definitions of words in English are very, very important when it comes to learning. An Oxford Learner's Dictionary is a great dictionary because it actually defines any word inside this dictionary using a group of about 2,000 words. And this is wonderful because it basically means that if you know those 2,000 words, you can basically express any concept in English. You can define any word you want to use in speaking, so that's fantastic. So we're going to do another little gap here, and I'm going to show you perhaps a phrasal verb that we could learn, and this phrasal verb is going to be come across. So again, you will see that come across actually here has two meanings. Okay, there is to be understood, to make a particular impression, and there is also come across somebody or something, which is the be-to meaning. That's another fantastic function of the Oxford Learner's Dictionary, by the way. It basically shows you which level this sentence or this word is. So in here, we're going to look for the be-to level. Okay, and this means to meet or find somebody by chance. Again, you might remember from the previous example, we're going to copy this definition, we're going to jump back to Quizlet, and in here, inside definition, we're going to paste this definition that we have just copied. Now we'll be jumping back to the Oxford Learner's Dictionary, and we're going to copy one of the sentences here. I like the one about the old photos, so I'm going to copy this one, and I'm going to go back to Quizlet again, press enter a couple of times here with my shift pressed, and put the sentence in here. And now basically you have to decide whether you want to test yourself on the verb or the preposition. Let's do the preposition first. Okay, so I'm basically going to take across out of this sentence. I'm going to put the gap here, and we're going to put across here. But if you wanted to test yourself on the verb, for instance, you would just delete the verb and leave the preposition across. And on you go. So you can basically go on doing this forever and ever. Your lists can be as big as 1,000 terms if you like. I wouldn't recommend a list like that big. In my opinion, as a language teacher, a Cambridge examiner as well, I'd say that the ideal set for you would be probably around 20 terms. But then if you wanted to create a super list, you can also do that. So first of all, let me just create this list and save it. Okay, so this is our flashcard set. It's done. Okay. We have just created it, and what I can do with this set now is, of course, I can use it to learn these two words that we have in the set. I can also share it here, and this is absolutely wonderful. With this video, actually, you can get links to several of my lists on Quizlet, absolutely for free. All you need to do is just sign up for my learning for my online learning platform, my online learning community, which is completely free, Your English Upgrade. The link is in the description. Now, when you click share, the system is going to give you basically a link that you can send to anybody, and anyone you like can be using your list. If you wanted to protect your list, you can also do that. And in here, in order to do this, we're going to click this triple dot here. I'm just going to click edit here, and then where it's got this little icon of the Earth and where it says public, I'm going to click this. This is a manage access button here. And in here, I've got a couple of options. I can make this list visible to everyone as it is in the default settings, or just certain users. And as you can see here, it says users with a password. So what I can do here is set this for users with a password, and then all you need to do is set the password. This list can also be completely private, as you can see. You can just set it for yourself, which is also a very nice idea. So we're going to save this, okay, because we just don't want to change any settings here. And another thing I wanted to show you here with those lists is, as I said, you can combine lists here to make a mega list. So imagine, for instance, that you've got a list of 20 terms and another 20 terms, and you want to combine them. So how do you do that? So let's get out of here first. Now we're going to click this triple dot here again, and we're going to combine lists here. So I'm going to combining this general vocabulary list that I have open now with another vocabulary list, okay? And I'm just going to say, I don't know, there are lots of sets here, but I'm going to choose Unit 6 vocabulary, whatever that might be. And once I have clicked this plus button, I can basically create this set and say go. And this is going to enable me to combine these sets into one huge set. Now, when you open a set and you want to study it, it's good to choose the correct option when it comes to studying this set. So when you click the list, or you click the link, somebody has sent you to the list, this is the option. These are the options that you're going to see. And as you can see, there are many of them. So first, let me show you how to get to those gapped sentences that we started with at the beginning. So in order to do that, you click the Learn button. But as you can see, now it doesn't actually look the way it looked before. So what we need to do is go to that little cog icon here in the top right-hand corner, click it, and then press View Options. Once you have done it, you're going to look for something that's called the Write mode, and you're going to start it. And here we are, again, with our gapped sentences, checking our vocabulary and learning it in the most effective way. It doesn't have to be like that. We can go back to our list and choose other options here, which are quite fun. So for instance, one of the things that you can do, especially when it comes to prepositions, if you're still not very confident just doing the gapped sentences, you can click Test, and then you will have a multiple choice test for yourself. You can choose the number of questions here, and you can choose the number of or the type rather of exercises that you want to do. This is an option that's a little bit limited in terms of how you use it, because Quizlet is going to ask you for money if you use it too much. But the right option, the option that I have just showed you with gapped sentences, this is completely free. So again, I'm using a free account on Quizlet, and I think those gapped sentences are absolutely amazing. You can also play games on Quizlet. So you can play a matching game, for example, which again can be quite a lot of fun when it comes to learning prepositions. So if I say, if I press Start Game, Quizlet is going to give me some sentences here and prepositions that I basically have to match. Another option here is the blocks option, and this is kind of like Tetris. If you used to be a Tetris fan, or if you are a Tetris fan, this is actually quite nice. You have different options here, which we're not going to go through. You can explore them in your own time, but basically the default mode of the game is that you have those three elements here that you have to put on this board here, and then after putting those three elements here, you get a question. And the question, needless to say here, is on prepositions. So let's just put the correct answer here, and it's the moment, right? So it should be at the moment. Oh, hey, but it's not at the moment, right? Let's just read the full sentence. Let's focus on the positive results. Ah, right, so this is about the future. This is for the moment. Right, so in here, as you can see, I actually fell into my own trap. I was reading too little, and when you do prepositions, context is important. So you do need to read the full sentence, and once your answer is correct, the Quizlet is going to give you 3 more elements to put into this jigsaw puzzle. So that's kind of fun. You can use Quizlet in this way as well. And then you've got also the traditional flashcards where you can actually here, we would need to start with the definition here. Okay, so again, we're going to look for this option here. We're going to see the option that says front, and we're going to change it to definition. And once this is done, again, we're going to go out of here, and here we go. Okay, so this is a normal traditional flashcard when you basically have to think about the answer and then click on the flashcard and it shows you what the correct answer is. And again, it goes through the whole set of 200 questions, so it's great. One thing that I haven't told you about is Quizlet Live and Blast, but these are live games where you can actually compete with other people. So if you have a group of people with whom you are learning English, that can be quite good fun. You'll just share a list with them and you'll just have a blast. Okay? So that's it for this video. I hope you really enjoyed it, and I hope you're going to become avid Quizlet fans, because this is an absolutely fantastic application if you're trying to learn prepositions, phrasal verbs, vocabulary, well, the whole thing. If you would like to get access to some of my lists, please sign up to Your English Upgrade. Again, this is completely free, and enjoy. If you're a premium member, on the other hand, you'll have access to all my Quizlet lists, so a total of about 30 or 40 lists that will help you learn prepositions, phrasal verbs, increase your flexibility when it comes to using grammar and vocabulary in English, because there are some great lists here and some great things that you can do on Quizlet apart from just these traditional gapped sentences. Hope you enjoyed that. Take care and enjoy the learning process.